Good morning and welcome to our eLounge. My name is Brittany Roman and I'm the Assistant Director here in the Care Office. And with us today I have Jessica Camp. She is from the Pioneer Center and she's going to be talking to you about career exploration. So I'm going to let her take it away.
Hello, I'm Jessica Camp. I'm one of the coordinators of academic transitions here in the Pioneer Center today, and I'm happy to talk to you about are you getting the right degree? So the first question that a lot of students have is, am I looking for a career or a major? So people who desire to invest time in preparing for a specific career may choose a major to support their choice. For example, someone who wants to become a doctor may choose a science-based major to prepare for graduate work in medical school. People who like to focus more on getting a major may have an interest in a variety of careers, while some majors such as nursing or dental hygiene may prepare you to enter specific areas of nursing. A broader major such as psychology, sociology, history could prepare you to enter a multitude of different careers. So one question we're asked a lot is, what are some signs that my major isn't right for me? And one of the first signs is that you're doing poorly in your classes. Now, this means that you're coming to class and you're doing the work and you're still doing poorly in classes. If you're not showing up to class, or you haven't looked at the syllabus, or you haven't bought the book, that's a different situation. But if you're really trying and you're showing up and you're giving it your best effort and you're still not doing well, this might be a sign that the major isn't right for you. You enjoy your volunteer or organization activities more than class. Now, some people think, oh, well, I don't enjoy my classes. Does that really mean that this major isn't right for me? I would say it's a good indicator. Many people who like their major, who are passionate about a subject, enjoy going to class. Now, you might end up, you might enjoy time with your sorority or your fraternity more than you do class because you're socializing, but you should enjoy your classes. You should be excited about learning the material. And if you're not, and you're finding that maybe some of the volunteer work you're doing, maybe at your church or at your with your one of your campus organizations, speaks to you more, then that may be a sign that maybe you should think about different majors. And if you picked the major for your parents, one of the things I hear most often is that people have selected a major because their parents said it was a good idea. Now, we all love our parents, and our parents provide us with excellent information, excellent resources if we're lucky, excellent support. But sometimes our parents can't pick the best major for us. They may be picking a major based on what they want you to do or what they wish they would have done. They may be picking a major because they want you to be financially secure, which we definitely respect. Or they may be picking it for a variety of reasons, but you shouldn't go into a field just because your parents selected it or even your advisor selected it. You should really come to your decision about majors and about your career based on some soul searching and some retrospect, some reflection, self-reflection. The last sign that your major may not be right for you is that you dislike the idea of working jobs in that field. Nursing is a great example. I often see students who are in nursing and they're even performing well in nursing classes, which many of you know is difficult. But the idea of working with people and touching people and having to be on their feet all day is not appealing to them. And that may be a sign that they don't actually want to be in the job that the major will lead them to. Just because you're good at science doesn't mean that you should be a nurse. And just because you're good at science doesn't mean that you should be a doctor. Not all people who excel in these subjects necessarily need to be working with people on a daily basis. So it's important to consider what job you'll be doing and if that sounds like something that you're even interested in before you select a major. One thing is to think about what your interests are. If you're trying to decide whether or not your degree is right for you, what are your interests? What do you like to do? I mentioned earlier, if your extracurricular or volunteer activities are more meaningful to you, maybe that's something to explore. But some other things to think about are, do you like working with children? Are you interested in social issues? Are you interested in health? Do you prefer to be outdoors in nature? Do you like the brain? Do you like how people think? Do you like taking different things that people have written and dissecting them? Are you interested in design and style or fashion? Is your passion animals or problem solving? These are just some things that you could consider and think about how those interests could manifest into skills and get you ready for the job market after you graduate. So, are you undecided? We have a lot of students at TWU who are undecided or unsure. Either they haven't declared a major yet or they're not sure that their major is right for them. If that's the case, you're absolutely not alone. 60 to 70% of students change their major at least once. I think overall in the country, about a third of students begin college without having chosen a major, and those who do begin, it's about 60 to 70 who change it. We definitely encourage you to spend your first few terms, especially if you're a freshman, learning more about yourself and exploring different academic options. One way to do this is by taking some exploratory courses that seem interesting to you. You can use those for electives, or we may be able to select different core courses that meet your interest and that maybe you can take them to see where your interests lie. One thing I forgot about being undecided is that if you're undeclared, you can be undeclared up to 30 hours. However, after 30 hours, you have to declare a major. That doesn't mean that you cannot switch majors. You can change your major at any point. However, you must declare a major by the time you have 30 hours or you won't be allowed to register. So one thing in this exploration of is this degree right for me is reflecting on some meaningful questions. So questions I would ask you to ask yourself: why are you in college? What appealed to you about a college education? Some jobs, some occupations don't require a college education. So what is it that brought you here, and how can you utilize the services here and the education here to get into the job market? Who has influenced your ideas about choosing a major? We talked about parents before. Sometimes we go into degree programs because our sisters and then or a brother, or maybe because of all we know. So who has influenced those ideas? Think about that. What are the similarities and differences between the majors you're tentatively considering? If you're thinking about more than one major, maybe you should print out the degree plans and look at them. Look at the classes. Do they sound interesting? If you go to our catalog online, you can read the description of the classes. Are those classes even of interest to you? If not, you're probably not going to do well in that major, and that is a good sign that that's not for you. What have been your favorite classes? For example, I had a student who thought that she didn't like English at all, and then she took a rhetoric class, and she just loved it. She thought it was a great class. She loved learning about different types of rhetoric, and she ended up going on to get a master's in rhetoric. So it's not always what we think about. Sometimes those things that happen in classes can be like a light bulb moment where we realize that we love something. And if you love that class, if you love your math class and you hate your history class, maybe taking more math classes is right. And so let's think about the degrees that rely more heavily on the math and sciences. And what have been your favorite jobs? If you've worked a job and you loved it, then how can we translate that? We need to think of a way that we can translate that into a major and a degree for you so that you can continue in that field or in that type of job. We'll think about those things and think about how they translate into marketable skills. Oh, my computer just went blank. Okay, sorry. TWU resources. We do have several resources at TWU for you if you're trying to decide if the degree is right for you. Career Connection Center, located in HDB 200, is a great resource. Our Career Connection Center has recently been revamped, and they are eager and willing to help students. You can go in there, you can schedule an appointment online, you can talk to someone about your interests, you can ask them how to find a career that works best for you. We also have academic advising. You can speak to your advisor in your department. If you're thinking of changing to a different degree, I recommend you go and speak to the academic advisor in that department so you can find out if this is even going to be right for you. Because sometimes some degree plans require have a GPA requirement and require certain courses that you may not be interested in taking or you may not be able to take because you don't have the GPA to do them. Faculty. Faculty is another great resource on campus. I encourage you, if you're thinking of exploring different majors, try to schedule an appointment with faculty in that department and see if you can talk to them about why they chose this field. And if you need help doing that, of course, I'm happy to help you reach out to faculty or to find which faculty members to speak to. We also have major fairs and career fairs periodically where you can talk to people in different departments. If you have any questions, I am happy to with you. I am located in the Pioneer Center for Student Excellence on the second floor of the Black U Library, and I am always willing to talk to students. You can call and set up an appointment with me, or you can walk in and see if I'm available, and if I'm not, they can give you my card in order to set up an appointment. I'm here, and I'm happy to answer any questions you have about am I getting the right degree? Thank you.
Thanks, Jessica. For students that would like to visit you about exploring a major, what should they expect in an appointment with you?
Okay, in an appointment with me, I would like students to, before they come in, to at least think about some of the questions. Think about which classes they enjoyed, which classes they didn't. Perhaps they could look at a degree plan for more than one program. Just have an idea of what they're considering. I think often people come in and I say, oh, well, what are you thinking of majoring in? And they say, I have no idea. And that's fine, but usually in the time that I have for an appointment, I can't do the self-reflection that they could do at home and then come in and to talk about different majors. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you. Thanks, Jessica, for the awesome information about exploring majors. If you would like to or have any questions for Jessica, or maybe you're unsure about your major, go visit her in the Pioneer Center. And we will see you all in the next eLounge. And if you're tuning in, please enter your email in the chat box to get a prize. See you later.
Thank you.